Well, hello and welcome everybody to a new video where we are going to test the Nvidia Quadro T2000 in the DELL Precision 5540 in Battlefield 1, and we are playing at 1080p with basically the high settings preset, but with post-processing set to low. And I see that we do have some connection problems or connectivity errors here, but let's just hope that it will be enough for us to move around in the map and see how many FPS we will get. And yeah, right off the start it is looking pretty good, seeing around 70-80 FPS at the moment. And obviously this is an operation, so we're right in the thick of it where all the action is happening. So yeah, we should have kind of a worst case scenario here where you are always where all the action is. So I guess you may even see a little bit higher FPS in other game modes and probably on other maps as well. I don't really know how demanding Fort Woe is, but yeah, I guess it should still give us a good indication how well this game runs on this chip. And I mean, this is basically a GTX 1650, but with professional drivers and yeah. And what you can see is that it's running only at 30 watts right now. It should be running at 40 watts if this isn't throttling. So it seems to me that it is throttling down the chip to 30 watts only. So I guess we can expect higher FPS if this goes back up to 40 watts again. But yeah, this is the notorious problem with DELL XPS and precision devices, which are always using the same chassis at least until 2023. And yeah, you can't really get rid of this throttling if you do not undervolt your CPU and yeah, keep it to a low clock speed, which we are doing right now actually, because this i9 which is accompanying this Nvidia Quadro T2000 is undervolted and set to the base clock speed, which is 2.3 GHz, which you can see right now. The GPU, on the other hand, you cannot really undervolt or actually change anything for that matter, because Nvidia Quadro GPUs do not allow you to do that. So you are basically left to hope that the PC manufacturer that you are paying for to get your machine actually is capable of designing a thermally not too constraining device. And obviously this DELL Precision is not the right device for that, because we are sitting at 30 watts and we shouldn't be, because you can see we are in the power limit, and this T2000 definitely has a power limit of 40 watts in this machine, not 30 watts. And if we are not temperature limited by any means, then it should actually go up to 40 watts. So I don't really know what it's doing down there, because this obviously definitely is going to affect our frame rate. And this is probably the reason why we're only seeing 2.3 gigahertz 1.3 gigahertz on our CPU clock speeds right now, which usually would go up to 1.6 or even 1.8 gigahertz. So yeah, you definitely would see, I guess, what, 20% more FPS if it were to go to the 40 watts again. But yeah, I mean, it's a T2000 Max Q edition, but 45 watts is already Max Q. So yeah, you can expect a little higher FPS if your machine actually allows you to run at the 40 watts. But nevertheless, even with the 30 watt limit that is in place right now, it is still a playable experience. I mean, we are mostly seeing above 70 FPS, and I can't see shit because I'm behind a camera, so forgive me. And yeah, I guess I do have a huge internet connection loss right now. But yeah, apart from that, this is looking not too bad for the T2000 Max Q. I mean, if it's pulling off these kind of FPS even when limited this hard, that is pretty good. And obviously it is lower and slower than the dedicated gaming GPU 1650 in Dell XPS, so you shouldn't really buy this one if you actually intend to play games. I mean, you shouldn't buy the XPS or the Precision in any case if you basically intend to play games on this machine. But yeah, I guess for a quick login and just playing for fun for a little bit, this should be fine. So yeah, that's it for Battlefield 1, and I hope you enjoyed the video.